Welcome to the greatest, latest, maddest show of shows. The Washington Commanders football show. Facts, history, and news. I am your host, football freak, Freddie. Welcome once again to another primetime edition of the Washington football show. Facts, history, and news. It's been a while. We've been away, but now we're back with another episode. Glad to have you. If you're watching for the first time, please hit that subscribe button. Washington Commander fan, tell all Commander fans, check it out. We are in July, training camp for the Washington Commanders. One more month and they will start their preseason. Looking forward to that. Today we're going to briefly discuss running backs on our show. Not going to be long with you today. And before we get started, let's have a commercial break. Vaseline. Men. Fast absorbing. Are you ashy? Are you ashy and trashy? Does your skin need hydration? Well, I got the solution for you. Black man, white man, Chinese man, Spanish man, Indian man, German man, French, Italian, blase, 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 blase. If you have ashy skin, try Vaseline fast absorbing lotion. Let's see how it works. My skin is rather ashy. Oh, look at that. Glistening glow. Look at that. Glistening glow when you rub the Vaseline lotion on, and it smells good too. Smells like cologne. You might even attract your wife. Vaseline. Fast absorbing. Lotion for men. If you're ashy, put some on and go from trashy to classy. Back to the show. All right. Commanders, facts, history, and news. First, facts. The Washington Commanders, formerly the Washington Redskins, formerly the Washington football team, were one of the first NFL franchises to have a fight song. And they have a fight song and they celebrate it every time the team scores a home touchdown. So they're one of very few NFL franchises that actually have a fight song. The Eagles, unfortunately, they got their own fight song. Fly, Eagles, fly. I call it Cry, Eagles, cry. We owe you guys back this year, and we're going to beat you guys. Philly. So, facts, history, and news. History. Super Bowl 17. The Redskins defeated the Miami Dolphins 1982 to win their first ever Super Bowl victory. They have 3 in all. There will be more. The Redskins defeated the Dolphins. I saw that game. I was 12 years old, and it was a particular play. It was a legendary 4th down and 1 situation. Joe Theismann hands the ball off to John Riggins. Don McNeil, the corner on the Dolphins, comes sliding across and tries to pull him down. John Riggins was too strong. He broke the tackle, busted up the seam down the sideline for a 43-yard touchdown that broke the game open. And it earned the Washington Redskins their first victory. And this is one of the photos of the legendary Diesel, John Riggins, on a touchdown run that won the game for the Redskins. And it was legendary, and we will never forget it. It's a great run. Have another picture here of the diesel, John Riggins. That run right there is the one that I just explained, where he broke the tackle on 4th down 1. John Riggins right there. Here it is from another angle. John Riggins breaks the tackle, goes down the sideline, 43 yards, breaks the game open, and the Redskins win the Super Bowl. By the score 27-17. The great John Riggins, number 44, was a great running back. And I used to love to watch him. I used to love to watch him play because that he was one of the most bruising running backs. Hard to tackle, hard to bring down. And he was phenomenal. He really was. Really was. Now, before we go any further, time for one more commercial break. Equate mouthwash. Equate mouthwash. Does your breath kill the mood of other people around you? Is your breath funky? Is your breath gross? Is your breath stinky? Well, solution. Antiseptic Blue Mint mouthwash. So, when your breath kills everything like a fire-breathing dragon, take some of this and watch it freshen it up. Woo! That takes away the ferocious halitosis. Now, coming soon, Equate lemon flavor mouthwash. And for maximum strength mouthwash, go to your local gas station or convenience store and try Equate Blue Mint or Lemonade Slurpee mouthwash for those whose breath is absolutely stinky, funky, gross, horrible. So if this doesn't work, try the Slurpee brand. It'll definitely freshen your breath and stop everybody from running from you. So, Equate mouthwash. Now, back to the program. All right. Washington Commanders news. Terry McLaurin, there still has not been any progress on them negotiating his contract. He's looking to get paid more. So we're going to see how that's going to work out. In other Commanders news, the Washington Commanders are going back to like alternate jerseys, and what they're going to be doing is like the jersey I showed you earlier, John Riggins, the old school Redskins. The Commanders jerseys are going to look very similar to that. They're going to have the yellow and the white stripes down the helmet, but they're still going to have the W on the side. It will be no Redskin logo, although there are alternate uniforms look almost exactly like the 1980s, the 1990s Super Bowl era alternate jerseys. So they will be wearing those this year, and they'll look similar to the 80s and the 90s Redskins. All right, today we're going to discuss running backs, and they had a really good running back rotation last year. Brian Robinson, that we know all well know as B Rob, Austin Eckler, who came in from the San Diego Chargers the year before. The Los Angeles Chargers. And then we had some pretty good backups. We had Jeremy McNichols and Chris Rodriguez. Want to go over the stats last year. Chris Rodriguez didn't play very much, but when he did, he was effective. He had 35 carries. Excuse me. He had 35 carries for 173 yards, 2 touchdowns. He caught the ball once. He had 1 reception for 12 yards. Jeremy McNichols was a very good backup. He had a good season. He had 55 carries for 261 yards, 4 touchdowns, 9 receptions, 27 yards, 164 kick return yards. So Jeremy McNichols did damage in games. He had 55 carries, 261 yards, 4 touchdowns, 9 receptions for 27 yards. Excuse me. So Jeremy McNichols had a good showing as a backup running back. Those guys are still there, so hopefully they can keep that same rotation like they had last year and be more effective. Jaden Daniels, our rookie quarterback last year out of LSU, he led the whole team in rushing yards. Jaden had 891 yards, 6 touchdowns. And hopefully this year we don't have to have our quarterback have to run for so many yards or outrun the team. So hopefully we can get more effective play out of our running backs. B-Rob last year had 799 yards on 187 carries. That's a good year with 8 touchdowns on the ground. He had 20 receptions for 159 yards. The postseason, he ran the ball 36 times, had 129 yards and 2 touchdowns. But B-Rob was injured last year. He missed quite a few games last year. Might have been about 4 or 5 games he missed last year. So this year we've got to keep him healthy. We got to keep him healthy, and we need B-Rob to carry that workload. He's the heavy horse in the backfield. And this year, hoping he can get over 1,000 yards, he can pound the ball even more effectively. Stay healthy, and we've got to open up lanes for him. So hopefully this year our offensive line is better with the acquisition of Laramie Tunsil, who's going to be our left tackle, and our new rookie Josh Carnley. Hopefully he'll be able to start in the starting lineup. Sam Cosmi is healing rather rapidly, and hopefully he'll be back before his estimated time when he suffered that injury last year. So hopefully Sam Cosmi, who's like a real big linchpin on our offensive line, him coming back. So I think this year that we're going to have a great offensive line. It's going to be even better than it was last year, and I believe that we're going to be more effective running the ball. We already know what Jaden Daniels can do throwing the ball, and I don't believe that our quarterback will have a sophomore slump. I believe that he'll have an even better year, and he's going to do even more damage in the NFL, just like Patrick Mahomes did when he first started playing his first couple years. In his second year, after his first year, he was even better. And I believe that Jaden Daniels will be. And in hopes that he doesn't have to run the ball as much, that we can keep our running backs healthy, and that B-Rob can pound the ball all year round. And I believe that if that happens, he will gain over 1,000 yards, and he will have more than 8 touchdowns on the ground. And that will be really an effective weapon moving forward for our offense. And then being able to run the ball more effectively will open up so many more things for Jayden Daniels as he drops back to pass when he needs to pass. Austin Ekeler, number 30, he carried the ball 77 times. He had 367 yards, 4 touchdowns. He had 35 receptions for 366 yards. And Austin also earned second-team All-Pro honors as a kick returner. Due to injury, he missed 5 games, week 4, 13, 15, 16, and 17. And he had a concussion. So he was under concussion protocol, I think, twice last year. So we've got to keep our running backs healthy. And this year, football is a tough game. Injuries happen. It's a part of the game. But hopefully this year on this side of the ball that we can keep our running backs healthy, rotate them, keep them fresh. Jeremy McNichols, effective running the ball last year, catching the ball out of the backfield when needed to be. B-Rob is absolutely great catching the ball out of the backfield. And Austin Ekeler, they're very dynamic. They're both weapons, and they're hard to tackle when you get them in the open field. So if we can keep B-Rob healthy, he can get his 1,000 yards, 1,200 or whatever, pound the ball, score over and over and over and over again, and double his touchdown output from last year. If Austin Ekeler can get at least, as a backup, 700 or 800 yards, that'll be great. And those guys catching the ball out of the backfield, even doing more damage than what they did, Jayden Daniels is going to have an easy time in the pocket. And if our offensive line can gel together and open up lanes for these guys, open up big gaping hole for these guys to run through, and even in the passing game, these guys coming out of the backfield, we can block effectively, open up routes to these guys. We got Deebo Samuel also now on the team as a running back / wide receiver. With him in the fold, it's going to be even greater because he's talented. He's come out of San Francisco. His reputation there. He's a game breaker. He catches the ball out of the backfield. He runs gadget plays. Lines up as a running back. Blocks. We're gonna have a dynamic running game this year, I feel, and I feel it's gonna be even more effective than last year. But I say the number one thing is that we stay healthy. Not only the running backs, but our offensive line, our team as a whole, stay healthy, stay focused, stay hungry, and get back to that championship game. And this year, have a different result and win that thing and go to the Super Bowl. I think that this year we have a great chance. We play the New York Giants in week 1 of the regular season. All the other teams, Philadelphia, they pretty much, they lost a few players of defense, but they've also added some, so they're going to be as equally dominant, tough, and dangerous as they were last year. And I believe it's going to come down between the Commanders and the Eagles again. And I believe this year we're going to get over the hump. Nobody's giving us a chance as a team, but I believe that we're going to get over the hump and we're going to beat the Eagles and win the division and go on to the big game this year and learn from what we didn't do last year and become even better. As far as the Cowboys and the Giants, they're still rebuilding in the NFC East division, our division, but they're still always tough opponents, no matter if they're up or if they're down. They're always, division games are always the toughest. And so that's something that I never take lightly when I watch my team. I know that the Giants and Eagles the Giants and the Cowboys have always caused Washington problems, even in when they're not very good in rebuilding. So it's a tough division nonetheless. But this year it's going to be, I think it's going to boil down between the Eagles and the Commanders. And I believe that this year will be the year that we get over the hump and we finally defeat them. So that's all that I have for our show. Thank you for joining the Washington Commanders football show, Facts, History, and News. I am your host, Football Freak Freddy. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Hit that subscribe button. Go Commanders.